Let's talk a little bit about the Marketer's Guide to OTT that Dish Media Sales and Sling TV recently published.
Sure.
What was in this report, and what does it tell us about the current state of OTT?
Got it. So we launched the guide, this Marketer's Guide, to help educate the marketplace, to talk about the change in the television industry and the growth to OTT. We focus in really on educating the marketplace on how to buy OTT, what the advantages are for your brands, and some of the methods and tactics to go ahead and bring your brands to the OTT space. The guide itself helps to really show what a marketer can do in terms of mobile platforms, in terms of the digital platforms, and how to really bring your brand into Sling TV, and how best to do that, whether it's through programmatic, whether it's through an addressable or cross-platform addressable function, or other ways to do that. And it really helps to educate the space and help marketers to really do best for their brands.
What do you think? Is there anything, one or two things in it that you think would surprise people that aren't really familiar with the space?
I think so. I think what we really focused on that really is our game changers out there is how to buy OTT. Some of the methods that we're doing that we think have tremendous life in the industry through the programmatic space. So essentially programmatic has been so important to the digital space for so long online. And with OTT, that brings convergence of television and digital together. And by bringing that strength of programmatic from the online digital space over to this converging marketplace, it really changes the game of how you can buy and sell television advertising. The growth of that has been tremendous, and we took that to a different level through contextual auctions and also through addressable auctions. So we took the power of addressable and match that with programmatic. So I think that's a huge game changer for the business, and it really helps the digital ecosystem and the TV buying ecosystem to both get into OTT. Additionally, we took the power of addressable, and we really focused in on that, of how you can buy addressable television through the one-to-one advertising functions that the digital underpinning of OTT does, and you can go ahead and just target one-to-one through this OTT environment. And the power of that tells you that in live television, in on-demand television, you can reach your consumer at any time, anywhere, on any device, and through Dish as well, through the set-top box. So we've put what we say cross-platform addressable together, where you can just find your audience anywhere. So two very powerful functions that we put together.
So Sling TV certainly was a pioneer. Given the growth of live OTT and more players coming on board, where do you see Sling being in, say, 3 years?
It's an interesting question. The business is growing so fast, and it's really hard to predict what's going to happen 5 years, let alone in a year. But what we do see are a couple things that are sticking for marketers. And one is, as I mentioned, programmatic. The functions of targeting will certainly increase. The ability to target on different devices, different messages will become more and more important as the business scales up. So, for instance, you can go ahead and serve an ad to a household or to a customer, depending on the time of the day, a different ad for that specific brand. So if it's on mobile during a commute, you target a different ad as opposed to at night. If you're on the big screen watching on television, that same brand but a different ad from them or different creative. As the business scales up, I see tremendous growth there. Additionally with that, I think there'll be a lot more interactive functions. I think there'll be a lot more commerce. You'll see a lot more advertising that won't necessarily be within the ad environment that we know today, i.e. ad pods. But you'll see more brand engagement, more really nice ways to integrate the brand within the product itself.
Can you give me some examples of what those interactive formats might be?
Sure. So a couple things. Number one is we look at the environment today, and we look at that society and folks are really okay interacting with their devices. They really feel comfortable going ahead and playing with their device. When you go on to Sling, it's your service. Okay, so you go ahead and log in. And there is that kind of comfortability there. So I'm okay buying something through an ad because it is my device. And also on the big screen where we see most of our viewing, there is also, again, a login. So I'm more comfortable putting in information to that TV on the big screen. That issue that we've always seen over the years with the old school interactive television, where there wasn't that closeness between you and the television, has really gone away now because it is your your login or your service. So with Amazon and with other businesses out there where you can go ahead and buy online and you have that trust, you will see more commerce products and more ability to go ahead and see an ad and go ahead and purchase it. When the ad is on there, the content will pause. You can go ahead and go back to your live television or other things that will go ahead and help you essentially interact with your device or interact with the TV on the big screen.